I found out I was adopted because of a school project, and my parents had no idea I knew. When I was in high school, our biology teacher assigned a family tree project. We had to include eye color, blood types, and genetic traits from both parents. At first, it seemed easy, but while filling mine out, something didn't make sense. Both of my parents had brown eyes. Mine were bright blue. Then I noticed something even weirder. My blood type was AB, but according to our textbook, that wasn't even genetically possible with my parents' blood types. I honestly thought the hospital made a mistake. So that night at dinner, I casually brought it up, and the second I mentioned blood types, my parents completely froze. Nobody said a word for like 10 seconds. Then my mom suddenly started crying. That's when my dad quietly said, "There's something we should have told you a long time ago." My entire body went numb. Turns out my parents struggled to have kids for years before adopting me as a baby. They always planned on telling me, but every year they got too scared and kept putting it off. The craziest part, every single person in my family already knew, except me. My grandparents, my cousins, even family friends. I was literally the last person to find out. I remember going to my room afterward and just staring at the wall for hours, not because I was angry, but because my entire life suddenly felt different. Then, later that night, my mom came into my room crying and said, "You may not be ours by blood, but you've been ours since the moment we saw you." And that was the first moment I realized being family has nothing to do with DNA. Sometimes the biggest secrets are hidden by the people who love you the most.